What's up, guys, and welcome back to part two of our playthrough of the Bugler Challenge, Randy's rewrite of the Battle of Waterloo as the French. Before we get back into it here, just a couple of quick announcements. The first DLC for Scourge of War Remastered has been released. Quatre Bras is out. You can go to Steam now and download it and get it. Um, and the store page for Scourge of War Gettysburg is also live. Now, I don't think the game is available yet. I think the page has to be up for a certain amount of time before you can even release a game. So I think they have to wait for that time period to expire before they can actually release the game. I think it's a couple of weeks. So we're very close to getting Scourge of War Gettysburg as well. So yeah, a lot happened this week in rapid succession with the release of Quatre Bras, and now the Gettysburg store page is also live. So yep, they're trying to get this stuff to us as quickly as possible. So all right, let's talk about where we're at here. So we're 1 hour into the battle here, and so far, let's just quickly go over what we have done so far. So we have taken La Haye Sainte, which is the easiest objective to take in the game. It's also very quick, which is why it's always the first objective I go to. It's very easy to just kind of swindle it out of the hands of the Allies before they even know what happened. So that's what we did, and we're currently occupying it with, I believe, Bourgeois' brigade. We have some of his brigade out here in line with some skirmishers in the hedgerows, as well as another brigade here. I think Charlet's in reserve, just in case we either need to fight out here some, or we need to replenish men in the fort, as it is being currently bombarded by a lot of Allied artillery, which will cause damage to it, which will make our men take losses. So the main reason we're really holding on to it is just because it's an objective, and even though it's worth piddling 20 points a minute, that's still 20 points a minute. Okay, so after that, we headed over to Hougoumont over here, and this is where primarily most of the fighting is going on right now. So we cleared out the woods and took the woods objective, and we are currently pasting units up along the sides of the fort here in an attempt to shoot the enemy and get them to withdraw out of the fort. That's Hougoumont isn't always the easiest egg to crack because it is a fort. It is a defensive position. This wall in front of Hougoumont is a 90% defense bonus, so it's pretty much the best defensive terrain in the game. So as you can see, I have kind of pulled away from that wall. It's kind of not worth fighting at that wall because there's really no way to get the better of that, short of, I mean, we could go in there and charge it, but and get them out of there that way. But I don't think it's really necessary because where we're making progress is over here on this side of things. We're killing a lot of men here. If I click on some of these units, you can see these guys have killed almost 170 men. These skirmishers have killed 120. These guys have killed 70. 80 men here. These guys have killed 340 men, haven't even taken a casualty. And these guys have killed 63 men. They are starting to take casualties now because we did lose a skirmisher unit that was out in front of them. We have another one running back into place. I have the game paused at the moment. That's why they're not moving. But they will take up position there. And then we also, in an attempt to weaken the fort's defenses itself, we are bringing a battery of artillery up here to help soften the fort up, making it easier for our men over here to inflict casualties. We have a couple of cavalry squadrons that I had brought out here and if I needed them for formation control, but I don't think we're really going to at this point. There's nobody else out here. Everybody is in the fort, so formation control is kind of not really a factor in this, so I probably will get them out of there. And all these units here are low on ammo or out of ammo, so at this point I do have to grab a supply wagon and bring it in here. So that's about where we're at here, and why don't we unpause the game and get things going. Alright, so there's the pause button. So here come my skirmishers, and we are just I'm gonna back these guns up just a little bit here. Put them about here. We're not trying to get into canister range here. We want to use solid shot to batter down the walls here. Canister, of course, is not going to help too much doing that. So solid shot's actually better in this instance. Okay, so we got our skirmishers out. They're doing okay. And now we need to grab a supply wagon here. Okay, and let's just bring them kind of right up in here and start resupplying all these guys. Our guns are out. They'll start to unlimber and start firing at the fort. That's going to help. And a couple of things we can do while we're doing this. Well, let's bring Jerome up and just kind of put him right by this battery. Division commanders have a bigger commander bonus radius than brigade commanders, so if we bring him up, he'll be able to hit whoever we're not hitting with Bowden or Soy over here. Soy I don't even have kind of in the right area here. Get this cavalry out of here. I don't think we're going to need them. And I think I had one more cavalry unit out here. Yeah. And I think they're also from out here. We'll just bring them out here. Okay. So let's see, what's next? Alright, well our supply wagon is almost here, so why don't we do our supply wagon runs and just get everybody all ammoed up here. Alright, so these guys are back up, these guys are back up, and these guys are very low. So let's send the supply wagon right here. And we'll re-ammo those guys. And we can see our cavalry moving out, and this brigade later will be part of taking out these guns up here, getting rid of them. Why don't we move these guns forward a little bit and just start softening up some of these battalions out here. Okay, so these guys are all re-ammoed, these guys are all re-ammoed. Okay, let's go. I did get them, yes. Alright, so we'll bring the supply wagon and we'll just sweep in through this area and re-ammo the rest of our units here. And here we got our guns all set up, bombing away on the fort. Pretty good position here. They're in nice range here to start softening up the fort. Okay, so let's take this unit and bring it right. This supply wagon here will go right in here. That should get all of these guys in here. Keep an eye out on Leh Hassan in case we do get counterattacked. There are a lot of allied units up here. These guys here are too weak and small to do anything about it, though. They're just going to get bombed on from the artillery out here and run. So, nothing going on yet. Okay, where is... Okay, so these guys are all re-ammoed. These guys are re-ammoed. How about over here? Alright, these guys are re-ammoed, so we can take supply wagon, just go right out here, and then I think we just have this one skirmisher unit who are completely out of ammo. We need to get them. These guys are actually not doing so hot because they're shooting at these guys on the wall, which is just never going to work. So let's just bring them back here, get them out of here. And we'll just focus on the supply wagon, focus on the skirmisher unit here. We will take Bowden and just kind of move him someplace a little more centralized where he can spread his commander bonus out a little better. Anywhere I can get you? Alright, that's good. And we'll just get those guys out of there. Okay. And that re-ammos everybody. Okay, so we can take the supply wagon now. We'll just stick by the guns where they're most needed. And now it's just a waiting game, guys. Now we're just going to hang out and wait for our units to finish clearing out the fort here. Not much we can really do until we get to that point, because that's the next objective we want to take. Okay. So, yeah, we are indeed targeting some of these units now with this artillery. That should help soften them up when we go to make a charge later on. And, let's see. Let's get Pyre. Just move him back out of the way a little bit. And we'll take this supply wagon and just make it for these guns right here. And why don't we get another brigade ready? Let's take Jamin's brigade here, or Gaunther's brigade, and we're just going to move him out kind of right into this position here. And we will just use roads and bring the whole brigade out here, and we'll use them later to just knock some of this out of the way. Alright, keep firing, boys. You're gonna do it eventually. I believe we have routed some units. This looks like the Coldstream Guard. Are they pulling out? Indeed. So what's left in here? Just one split battalion. All there is a skirmisher unit in here. So we want to keep a real close eye on this fort now. We are very close. We are very close to getting rid of it. So as soon as we see this last skirmisher unit run out of here, these guys right here, even if the officer is still in the fort, it won't matter. That's not a combat unit. We can take it. So there they go. These boys look routed. I think they're out of the battle. Very good thing. And there they go. Everybody's leaving. We can now take the fort. See, I told you, it was just a matter of time. Alright, so let's send these two units in there. And I'm going to detach them. I think they're both from Soy's brigade. Yes, so we'll detach them from Soy's brigade. And we will send Bonaparte in there to hold the objective. And Okay. Bowden can move back here now a little bit. Okay, and let's move Soy's brigade a little bit. We'll need them later. We'll post them right up behind this battery here. Except for these 2 units, which are going into the fort. They're detached, so. And here comes Gonther's brigade. And I think that will wrap that area up for now, as far as Hougoumont goes. Let's start shifting some artillery over, because now at this point we no longer need batteries shooting at the fort or shooting at the woods. So let's take this battery here, and we'll plant them right here so we can start softening even more of these units up. And there they go. See a supply wagon in there too. Why don't we bring the supply wagon along with them? Just bring them out over here. Okay, so we now have the Hougoumont objective. That's good. It's not worth a lot. It's only worth, I think, 40 points a minute, but we have it. And at this point, we can kind of withdraw from the wall. We don't need to really mess with the wall anymore. We could take Bowden and just pull him back. Pull him back from the wall. Because now we have the fort and we're just shooting these guys in the back. And okay, we'll let this position kind of fill itself out now. Get our guns over here, start softening these guys up, prepare for an attack, and we are also going to bring some of the cavalry forward here, just to get them in position. Sorry, forgot a squadron. There we go. Forgot I had that squadron detached. Okay, so now we have Bowden's brigade out. We're going to actually just let them rest some, so let's just put them back behind Soy's brigade here. And I'm probably not going to involve them too much more in the battle. Really what they'll do is just they'll be support for Hougoumont when we need to, put more units in there and so forth. Which probably won't be for a little while yet. Okay. So while that's all going on, let's make sure everything's cool over here. No counterattacks or anything. Good, good, good. Still got 2 units in here. How they doing? Yeah, they're doing good. And these guys, Their morale is a little shaky. Ooh, they've taken 230 losses just from being in this fort. So that's the main unit being assaulted. We'll have to keep an eye out from them. However, 230 is nothing compared to the 1,300 points we're getting from the objective, so it's still worth just sitting there and getting hit, because the objective yields more. And let's see, what did I have going on over here? Nothing much to do here, just kick out a few skirmisher units. Line the hedgerows with them. Kick out another one from this unit. Put them in the hedgerows. And one final skirmisher unit. Them in the hedgerows too. Alright, that should discourage these guys from doing anything besides staying in their fort and hanging out there. And then over here we have we have Jacquino's cavalry positioned to stride these two roads here. Sorry, and their main purpose is just to disrupt the Prussians' approach as they come down this road here. So why don't we stick some guns out here? And yeah, it will disrupt the Prussians' approach. We'll get them to turn their guns around. We'll send our cavalry forward to engage their cavalry and just mess them all up on the approach. So it takes them even longer to hit this position here, which is not set up yet. I just have the units we're going to use over here. Got our cavalry as reserve. We do have some gun batteries back here that we might as well bring forward. They're not doing anybody any good here, and we'll use them later on. So we'll just bring one up here. Here's another one, and we'll bring them up here. All the artillery we'll ever need. Okay, and we don't really have to worry about that for a long time. Let's head back to Hougoumont. Oh, we still have a skirmisher unit firing here. Let's get rid of them. And we'll let Bowden rest up here. Just position this cavalry a little better. There we go. And here is our brigade. Let's see, is there anybody in this Bowden's brigade here that is basically in good shape? Alright, those guys are tired. This brigade here has this battalion here has not been involved. So why don't we just TC them? Just move them out near the fort, and if one of these units breaks and runs, we have another one to throw right in there. Okay, so we're going to let these guns soften up these units for a little bit. This one has already been putting in work, and now we got another battery up here. Where's the battery commander? Where are you, boys? Where are you? Oh, here he is. Okay, so here's the battery commander. And we got another battery. We're just going to start pounding away on these guys, soften them up, and then take this brigade right here and just ram it down their throats. And then once we do that, here's the plan. Here is the plan. So we're going to soften these units up out here with this little gun line we got coming up here. And once they're sufficiently softened up, we're going to take this brigade and just ram it down their throats and just clear this whole area out right in here. That will allow us to bring our cavalry. We'll probably split it because this is too big. This is too many units. So we'll probably split the cavalry brigade, take one half of it, and send it up right in this corridor here and just sweep all these guns. See all these guns back here? All of these we want to get out of here because what we really want to do is get up to this objective here. And obviously with all these guns sitting here, we can't do that because they'll just pound on us. So we have to sweep all these guns out of here, clear out the area in here, and just kind of inch up to the objective here to take possession of it. And if we get counterattacked by some of this cavalry, that's okay because we're going to, right behind the cavalry as we advance them, we'll send a brigade up and set them up kind of in here in the brigade square formation. And if our cavalry gets repulsed after taking all the guns by some of this cavalry, as they fall back, they'll fall back behind the squares and the cavalry won't be able to pursue them. And that is ultimately the plan on how we're going to capture this area. Just kind of move up here, clear out this area, and then move up in this corridor, clear out the guns, and then just along this road, just inch up to the objective here. And here's the scene of this morning's fighting here. Some dead French, some dead Nassaus, some dead Coldstream Guards. How's everything going at Les Hassant here? Nothing going on. Everybody quiet. Okay, good. Alright, so let's let our gun battery do some work here. Bring the supply wagon forward and just do a little supply wagon run. Actually, this is kind of like one big battery here, so we probably don't need two supply wagons, but right now we got them. So just do some supply wagon runs. Alright, so we're softening these guys up. Let's see how we're doing it here. So I see some cannonballs, but I don't see... Well, there's a couple of bodies on the ground. They're dead. Some dead bodies here. Yeah, we're shooting at these guys here. Okay. And you can see these guys are starting to withdraw off the wall. They're probably getting ready to rout. Looks like they're getting ready to run. These guys are still holding on there, but yep, these guys are done. All right. They were out of ammo too, looks like. So bye, fellas. And these guys are probably next. Let's see if we're targeting them with any of our units. Yes, we are, so it'll only be a matter of time before they're gone as well. You know what? We could actually take this battery now and add them to the fun. Because we no longer need to shoot at Hougoumont. We need to start softening this, so we'll get a little artillery duel here. No. I want the supply wagon. There we go. Okay, so we got a nice little mass battery of artillery up here, just softening up all this out here. You can see they no longer have enough men to occupy the objective. Some of their guns are pulling back. That's good. Everything's still quiet out here. Yeah. These guys are still continuing to get rocked, so we'll probably have to, they're probably going to get routed. We'll have to put another unit in here soon. That's okay. That's what they're there for. Oh, look at this. These guys are back. Say what you want about the foot guards, man. They're very hard to get rid of. It's just so good in terms of troop quality. But as long as they're just out here walking around, we're going to shoot them to pieces. And let's see how our boys are doing here. Ah, yes. We are continuing to rack up points, which means we're getting hits. And let's see how many of these guns we can get to pull back here. Now these guns over here, they look to be stuck in what I call engage distance hell here, in that they keep unlimbering and limbering. It's like they think they can fire, and then they can't, and they just limber again. It's an odd behavior, and it usually happens like when, just like right there, unlimber, limber, unlimber, limber. It usually happens when, like, the caisson can see the target, but when the gun unlimbers, then the gun, see, how they go back to being limbered, and then they'll just try to unlimber again. It's a weird thing. It's like the caissons can see the target, but the guns can't. So they unlimber, and then when they move forward, they can't see a target, and they just relimber. And the thing that it does is it does just exhaust the gun crews, so that if they ever do get a chance to fire, their rate of fire will be slower. They won't be able to limber and unlimber as fast. So we want this to keep happening, actually. Whatever's causing this to happen, the fact that the guns will continue to unlimber here, and then when they can't do anything, they just relimber. It just exhausts the gun crew. It helps us out. So we want this to keep going on as long as possible. See, they just keep relimbering, unlimbering, relimbering. It's a curious glitch too, because generally speaking, visibility should only ever need to be from the flag to the flag. In other words, if the caissons, which have a flag, can establish line of sight to one of my units that also have a flag, that should be all that's necessary. In terms of wherever the guns unlimber to, they should still be able to see the target, because the target, the establishment of visibility is not determined from the gun to the target. It's from the flag to the enemy flag. So as long as the caisson can see them, the gun should still be able to see them too. However, it just is a glitch. It shouldn't be stopping them from firing, and yet here we see them just limbering and unlimbering over and over again. Which, I mean, it is great. It's exhausting the gun crew. It means they're not firing on Hougoumont and weakening the fort's defenses. So, you know, it's great for us, but it is a rather annoying bug that this sometimes does happen, where guns will limber and unlimber over and over again, like they're looking to establish visibility to a target. The caissons can, but the guns unlimber, and all of a sudden they can't. It doesn't make any sense. Because they should not need to establish visibility from gun to target, only from flag to enemy unit flag. And clearly, if they're unlimbering, the caissons are establishing visibility. Alright, so how's our guns doing here? Okay. Yeah, we're continuing to rack up points. Where were we at? About 102 with this one, so we're still racking up points, still softening these guys up. And I am going to let this go on for a little... Whoa, 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 whoa. Just noticed we have lost the objective, which means we lost the unit. Bam. They're not happy. Let's send another unit into Les Hougoumont. So yeah, they lost about 325 men just standing in that fort. That is okay because we gained, you know, 3 times that from occupying the fort. So it's just one of those things like, okay. You're going to have to take some losses to hold on to this objective for now. Once we're done with Hougoumont, I'll build up a stronger defense over here. We'll bring some guns out on either side of Les Hougoumont to start answering some of this artillery. We could conceivably start doing that now. If we want to bring a gun battery up. See what's a good spot. So this looks pretty good right here. We should be able to reach those guns. Maybe just move them over a little bit. That should be good. So that should enable us to start answering some of these guns here with our artillery. Could also move some of these forward a little bit. So we have some artillery to just kind of respond to this gun line that's up here. Maybe if we can knock some of these guns out, it'll take less of a beating on the fort, which will mean our men inside will take less of a beating. Here's the rest of the Coldstream Guard deployed in line. They're kind of facing backwards, so I'm not really sure what they're going to do. Whoa. Oh, so this is the Coldstream Guard regiment that we ran out of Hougoumont. They're still running off. Here is the remainder of these forces that were on the wall. I don't think they're going to pose too much of a problem. These guys are continuing to limber and unlimber. We're just going to let that keep going on. Exhaust those gun crews. And how we doing here? Continuing to rack up points. We're softening these guys up. Alright, why don't we begin at least getting the brigade into formation here to move forward. There we go. And then we'll just send them right at these 2 battalions here, smash them, get them out of the way. We'll screen this area with Gunther's brigade while we move up the cavalry, and I guess we'll use Soy's brigade because they're out front here. And they're still relatively unengaged. Most of these units should be in good shape. Yeah, these units are all pretty much in good shape. Bowden is going to sit here and rest. His main purpose is going to be to refill the fort when necessary. We might as well start bringing some of these other units over here. Bring these guys out here. Bring some more cavalry out. Another cavalry brigade. We'll just put them right here. Alright, so we got some cavalry and some more infantry on the way. Get some more guns out here. No such thing as too many guns. So I noticed some of these units are now moving in marching column, and I talked about this in the Grog Companion mod that sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and I talked to Randy about it, and he's still kind of not sure why that's happening, why some of them work, some of them don't. We're just going to have to see what happens in the future. Personally, I don't think it's really a game killer, at least not for me, if the units march on the road in whether they're in marching column or assault column. I personally don't really care. It is a nice flavor thing in terms of, well, if you're marching down a road, you kind of should be in marching column, but it doesn't matter to me. How we doing here? Softening these guys up. Yes, I see more dead bodies on the ground, so we're definitely getting hits on these guys. Yeah, some more corpses. We're softening these guys up. Artillery is a wonderful thing. Okay, so now we've got some answers set up here. And we are indeed firing on the cannon. Yeah, we are shooting at these cannon here, so hopefully we can start to soften them up. We will probably take a few losses ourselves. But it's worth it for us to lose a few guns or to lose a few artillerymen. If we can take out some of these guns and stop them from just letting loose on the fort here. We see the supply wagon doing a good job on its own here for now. Okay. And our guns are targeting the guys in the sandbox here, as well as probably these guys. Clear that out. This gun battery isn't doing anything, so we might as well move them forward too. Good boys, good. Take that gun battery out. Get them out of there. This is the battery I mostly want to get. I want to see gone. If we can can get rid of this gun battery, get them to pull back, or just reduce them to a couple of guns, it will go a long way towards, yeah, not making it so our men are constantly taking damage here. Okay. Alright, so how's things going over here now? So we've got 3 batteries up here, firing away. They're continuing to earn points. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. It's possible we could get these guys to pull back just with artillery fire, but that will probably take longer than I would really like. Alright, we don't need this many supply wagons. 2 will do. Alright, so here comes some more men. We got some cavalry coming up. Where are they going to be deploying here? Right around here. And behind them we have some infantry, and behind them we have some cannon. So as soon as they're all up, we can get the show on the road here. These guys on the wall are being very, very stubborn. Why are these guys exhausted? I just moved them in there. Oh no, this is the unit I'm thinking of. Alright, so these units are exhausted. Keep an eye on them. One of them routes out of there, we'll send another one in. And we still have all of Bowden's brigade back here we can use. Well, this unit's only 160 men. We can probably send them in there. Let's just let them finish resting up here. How we doing? Okay. Good, good, good. Now we got some guns shooting away here. See if we see some bodies on the ground here anywhere. Most of these guns look okay. Just keep shooting, boys. Keep shooting. You'll get hits eventually. Okay, so we only have one division left out here of Ryle's Corps. We have Campy's brigade and Hussein's brigade. And where is the division commander? That's Ryle, that's the Corps commander. Where's the division commander? Okay, there's Batchelor. So let's just bring his division forward, just in case we need them. We'll set him right up here. Put him in line with artillery in the front if we still have that formation. That used to be my favorite. And no, we no longer have that. Alright, so we'll put line with reserves. We'll use that. I hope we get that formation back someday. That was my favorite divisional formation. Another division commander. We'll bring him over here. Okay. These gun crews must be exhausted by now. Alright, so the plan of attack looks to be to take Gomthir's brigade, knock these two guys out, hold this position in here, and not really advance any further because the guns are out here. Just kind of knock this out of the way, set up a screen, and then bring our cavalry forward, take the guns. In fact, why don't we go ahead and split the brigade now? So this is Wathez's brigade, and we want to split it. And this guy takes 4, and no, this guy takes 3. The other guy takes 4. Okay, so we're going to take these 3. Just move them out here. Just to get them ready to zip up in here and get all these guns. 3 squadrons ought to do it. Okay, their morale is still pretty good. Their morale is still pretty good. And we've already gained about 500 points from this objective. Let's quickly check back to Napoleon and just see what our point total is here. So, okay, we are a little over 5,000 points. Getting there, getting there. Still got a long way to go. Long way to go. Still haven't scored anything with those. These guys are starting to get some points. It'll take a while. They're pretty long range. So we have got quite a force massed up over here now. And we're about 45 minutes in from when we started. So, as soon as we're finished forming up over here, getting these guns out, make sure everybody can unlimber here. And now we can take this supply wagon and put them right out here. Plenty of cavalry out here, 3 brigades of infantry, a whole ton of guns. So we are really ready here to start striking for this objective here. Before we do so, I just want to take one last look around. The guns we will put out in front. But it doesn't look like the Allies are going to do anything. They're all just laying back here, hiding chickens. And let's just check Papilot and make sure our skirmishers aren't dealing with anything. No. And I didn't really think they would. You know, we could take a gun battery. put them right here. Just start softening the fort up. Okay, let's go back to Hougoumont. I think that should be everything. Alright, so all of these guys are firing. They're probably targeting this unit. I don't believe I've given these guys a supply wagon run, and they were shooting for quite a while when they were over here, so... And we'll just sit back here, and that should top off all these guns. These guys are continuing to earn a lot of points. Yep. Yep. All right. And I think the time has come here. Okay, so let's move the brigade forward. In front of the guns, we'll form up, and then give them the bayonet. Alright, so we're going to bring the brigade out here, and then from there, we'll send them forward and knock these two units out of the way, paving the way for our cavalry to zoom in here and hit these guns. We still have a very stubborn unit standing on the wall here. They do not want to leave, despite the fact that they are continuing to get shot at in the back. They just like that wall, you know. Yeah, I mean, even though we're shooting at them in the back, they're still on the wall. It's still a 90% defense bonus, even though they're technically on the wrong side of it now, but it still counts. As long as your flag is in the defensive terrain, you get the benefit of it. And they are certainly on that wall. We've already racked up 20 points with this battery. They had 0 when I placed them out here, so they are smoking this unit right here. Just demolishing it. 20 men already. I think I brought too much out here. I actually don't think we're going to need all this. I mean, it doesn't matter that I don't have much out here. I mean... if I need to, I can always bring forward the Imperial Guard to take up position in here. Alright, so... we have Gonther's brigade, and they're almost finished forming up here. Once they do, we will send them forward and give them the hammer. Everything nice and quiet out here. You guys gotten anything yet? No. Come on, guys. Hit those guns. We want those guns out of there. Alrighty, so, let's finish this off. Let's, that, and just deploy these guys right up here in the assault column. And, we'll just hit both of these battalions and, give them the old smackaroo. So we're going to walk up as far as we can, and when we come to within, up here you can see the range, when we come to within 150 yards, which is musket range, which when these guys will start firing, then we'll double click and initiate the charge. We can do all of that from the brigade commander, even if the units are on TC. That's one of the best things about Scourge of Waterloo, is that you can do this. You couldn't in the old Civil War games. In order to charge, these units had to be off of TC. But charging isn't as big in the Civil War games because the weapons they use just have a much longer range. Alright, so we are at 185 yards, basically. We're just going to keep walking up here right until we see these guys start to stand up and start shooting. And here we go. The double quick. You can see we actually have killed quite a few men. So we took 9 losses on that first volley, 10 losses. That's okay. As soon as we get close, we're going to initiate the charge. 15 men. And vive la France. Just like I wanted, 3 hitting 1 battalion, 2 hitting the other. This should be a clean wallop. And indeed. Okay, so now we will, let's form double line. That's good. Now we can start bringing the cavalry forward. We're gonna just get them right up in here. Take all these guns. And we will take Soy's brigade. And once these, we'll leave them for now. We'll once these units get up to about here, we'll bring Soy forward and form them in square, kind of right in here. Okay, so this unit we're just going to take and turn them this way. Deploy some skirmishers. Well, they're running off anyway. We'll put these guys right in front. Okay, let's put these guys right here in assault column, and we'll use them to kick out skirmishers. We don't want to get too close and start aggroing stuff yet. These guys are running off. Oh, and we have a unit pull out of the fort. We've lost this objective. Let's send these guys who are now fully rested right in. So these guys have pulled back. We're just gonna pull them back and let them rest. We'll be able to reuse them later. They haven't taken that many losses, just they need to get their morale and fatigue back, so we'll send these guys in. Okay, and we'll just kick off some skirmishers from this unit. Put them right out in front of the line unit here to shield them. Re-TC this unit. And we'll do the same thing here. Kick out a skirmisher unit. And put them right in front of this unit. Okay, so that should basically screen anything coming back at us from here. Let's get... who is this? This is Soy's brigade, right? Yeah. They're detached. They won't move with it. Okay. Let's bring the brigade forward. And here comes our cavalry. Alright, look, we could probably bring these guys and put them up into square right about here. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I want right about here. That should be pretty good. Actually, we don't need a square that far over. Let's figure out which unit is going there. Okay, so that unit. That unit we'll just place right out here. Alright. That looks better. Now, even though there is a square going to be placed up here, I'm anticipating that by the time we get there, the guns will all be gone. Oh, come get it, boys. I'm ready. Yeah, I thought so. Still haven't taken any losses yet. These guns still don't know what the heck they're doing. However, we are going to double quick now because they are trying to pull out of there. And we want to get as many of them as possible. Let's go. We're taking some canister fire now. Let's go capture some guns. Charge, boys. And it's a whole smorgasbord of cannon out here. Now, I may have to hit some of this cavalry, but it's worth it to get all these guns out of here. And as I said, Soy's brigade is moving up in square, so they will cover our retreat should we get repulsed. And we are just having a field day out here of cleaning guns. So we got repulsed by the cavalry there. They're pursuing us, but we're cleaning out plenty of guns here. my brigade commander is in danger of being hit. We are clearing out a lot of guns over here. Look at this. We're just running the Allied line down. Just taking all their cannon. Oh no, guys. That's enough. Okay. That's good. Alright, so let's bring them back. They, Okay, boys, come on back. Okay. So, we have cleared out all the guns, and there's one little cavalry squadron hanging out there that we need to get rid of. So let's move this unit up in square, and this unit up in square. And this unit, I don't think we need them in square. And this unit up in square. Where's this unit going? Right here? Okay, so we'll put this unit right here in square. Where's Badin? Let's see if we can get him up near the objective. Are you guys going to charge me here, or are you running off? What are you doing? Form square, guys. Right under their noses. You gotta love it. Okay, so we need to shift this unit over here just a little bit. Bring soy up. Okay, so now we need to bring some guns up. I had this whole gun line back here, didn't I? Oh. Let's take this one, bring it right up here. Okay, that's way too big. So we need to open this square up a little bit. Okay, we do have the objective now. So we have a tentative hold on it. Let's move this square up right there. I think we've all but driven all this stuff off. We do have some cavalry moving out here. We may have to stop and put these guys into square, which should be no problem right now because there's nobody else out here. Move these skirmishers a little further forward. The enemy's right is in our hands, Monseigneur. I suggest we continue pressing northward and take the crucial crossroads of Mont Saint-Jean. Now, Mont Saint-Jean is probably only worth about 40 points a minute, too. It's not even worth it in the original stock version of this scenario, because it does take quite a while to get there. You do have to. There is a lot of resistance to break through to Mont Saint-Jean, and it's usually easier to just extract more points from the Prussians, because we're able to set up such a disgusting defense against the Prussians because we have all the time in the world to set up for it. So I don't usually go for Mont St. John, and in this scenario that's worth even less, it's probably even less worth it to try and go for that objective. So I don't usually mess with it. There's plenty of other objectives to go for out here. Okay, so let's move some skirmishers out a little bit. Just to get them out in front of the squares. Okay, now let's bring... What else do we got out here? Alright, other than this unit here, and we're going to let them rest, let's bring the rest of Bowden's brigade up. In here. And just to squeeze them into this tight place here, we'll just use marching column. Except for you. We'll detach you and send you into the fort. Because you're small, you're not that useful. So, yes, we do have the objective. I don't want to get too much closer, but we will try and just advance just a little bit here. Just to get a surer hold on stuff. We'll leave them for now. I may bring some guns up and put them between these two squares, too. And I think we're driven the rest of this cavalry off. Let's bring this cavalry up behind our little line right here. Bring these guns up. We'll put them right here. Oh, this is a small battery. Okay, so we can go more like right here. Good. And we'll put this square out here. Sorry guys, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. And now we have gotten rid of all these cannon. The fort is no longer being bombarded, so that's good. It did take quite a bit of damage, but it will take no damage further. How we doing out here? Just ducky. This looks good. How are these guys doing? Yeah, they're taking losses, but they're still good. How about these guys? Yep, also doing good. And we got plenty of men out here to hold this position. And we have now laid claim to the Allied right objective here. Let's move this square up a little bit. It's kind of acting as a flank guard. Right here, maybe. Once we have these cannon in position here, this will be really good. So we can turn this square a little bit. That looks better. And where's this gun battery going to go? No, that's the other cavalry commander. Oh, here's the gun commander. No, we need to move them up a little bit. Let's try right here. Well, maybe a little that way. A little more that way. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, and these guys, nobody's taken any losses here, really. Because there's not much in the way of artillery out here. How are these guys doing? Have they gotten any hits? Oh, finally, we have scored a hit or two. Okay, good. Okay, and, let's bring this brigade up over here for now. And then we'll fill in the rest of this line with them. These guns, I believe, are headed out over here. Yes, that's a good spot for them. And we can just side them over a little bit. So, I think we can get rid of this, second brigade commander here, and just move the cavalry up a little bit. Get some of our forces back to... Oh, I didn't even see that I had these guys left out here. Oh well, they're coming back now. Okay, so now let's take this brigade and we'll put it in line back here just to kick out some skirmishers. And we will take this brigade and put them in line back here behind where this gun battery will be, and we'll kick out skirmishers from them. These guys will just be a reserve. Don't be stupid, guys. Don't come it. Don't come it. Alright. Do it. Well, how far away is my my gun battery here? Oh, they're coming. They're right here. Okay. They'll be there first. Looks like they're just setting up to sit right here. I'm fine with that. Here come the guns. Kick out a whole bunch of skirmishers. Do I have any more guns? Ah, I do. Okay. Alright. Well, these guys are going to get repulsed by these skirmishers here very quickly. We might as well turn these guys into line units. Why not help, right? So the guns are almost in position. Move this right up here. Okay, let's start kicking out some skirmishers. Put them in front of this square. Don't worry about that. these guys right out here. Screen the guns. Take another one. Put them right out here. That should solidify this position. Take this. Put it right here. Right out here. And we'll take one more, put it on the other square. Right out here. Okay. Okay, now let's start, well, let's first TC all these units. These guys are standing out there getting shot at. They won't stand there for long. Okay, so let's put these guys in line right here. We'll take another unit, put them in line right out here. How's La Haissant doing? Good, good. Still got all our units in there. How they doing? Good. How these guys doing? Not bad. Okay. Keep firing, boys. You'll weaken those guns soon. And these guys are off to the races. And why don't we take another skirmisher unit here. Place them right out over here. Screen this side of the square. Do another one. Them right out here. There we go. This is a nice position now. Where are these guys going? They're going here, so we'll put these guys right here. Take another unit, just put them behind these lines. That'll be the skirms. Do I have anybody else? Oh, we do have another gun battery here. Oh, a couple of them. So where would be a good place to put them? Let's see. Where? Well, we can form these guys back into line too, I think. I would like to cover this area with artillery. So why don't we take this unit here and just put them back over here in the assault column. And we'll bring, which one is the small one? These guys? Yeah, the small one. Ooh, they've taken some casualties. That's okay, we want a small battery. And we'll just paste them right out over here. A little further back. Let's move these guys out of the way. A little further back. Say right there. Beautiful. Like it right there. Okay, so I'm just finessing this position here, guys. That's all I'm doing. Just making sure that it's not going to be an issue going forward, and we can just sit here and hold it for the rest of the game. And these guys can continue coming up and getting knocked back. Alright, let's finesse this a little bit. Put this unit over here. Put this unit over here. Here come the guns. Got plenty of reserves back here. Alright. Let's kick out some skirmishers. Put them out here. Take out another one. And put them out here. That surrounds this whole area pretty nicely. Doesn't look like they're making any more moves. These guys are again pulling back. Yeah. Okay, let's bring some of these supply wagons up because we're going to need to keep these guns in ammo. So let's put these guys right here. Double click, use roads. Let's bring this one up. You can be for this battery right here. Use roads, double click. And I still have more guns back here. Another battery. Not sure where's a good spot for them. Probably on this side somewhere. Let's bring them up right here. And we'll just kick out another group of skirmishers to protect them once they come up. See this unit. Okay. Alright, so we are almost at 1,400, guys. I'm going to stop this one at 1430. That'll be 2 hours. And we have a nice position here. This should hold for pretty much the rest of the game. These positions should not be assaultable. However, I have an even better idea. Let's bring some cavalry up. We'll place them right in here. Perfect. We'll take this unit and just put it out here. Or maybe right up here. That's a more central location. Make room for the cavalry. Let's bring Bowden up. Put him right in here. Commander bonus to everybody. Okay. And these guys look like they're going to sit back there now. No problem. So we have advanced our whole line, fellas, and taken claim to this objective. We'll probably be able to hold it to the rest of the game. As long as we don't push any further forward and aggro anything else, this should be okay. We probably will take some hits from, there is a good deal of artillery out here, but, you know, we got guns too. Oh, wait a second. I have all this cavalry here. That's all right. We'll use fresh cavalry. Let these guys. These guys are the guys that did the charge. Let's let them rest and reset and whatnot. We still have some reserves back here if we need it. Plenty of cavalry. This line is tanky. All right. So let's do a little supply wagon run. Resupply all these guns. Keep them firing. Okay, and this is excellent. How you boys doing? Still only got one hit. This may not be a great spot for them, but I don't want to go any further forward because then I'm really going into low ground here. This is I still feel like this is the best place for them. They're having trouble zeroing in on these fellas here. We have run off the little company that was in the sand lot here. These guys are still standing pretty good. Let's see if we can get some guns on them. Just really smack them around. And we have our gun battery here. They have already scored 19 points. Good job, boys. Just let them soften that up for a little while longer. Okay. Let's head back on over to Hougoumont here. How's everything doing here? These guys are still standing here. My goodness. They can't have any ammo left. There's just no way. They have to be out of ammo. Okay, yeah, this position is nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so let's move these skirmishers out a little bit to make room for the guns, and we will also send out one more. Which put over here. Maybe right here. Now, these guns should just be able to bomb the way on these guys and totally get rid of them, rout them. And then we do have Chase's division, which usually comes down this road, and I really like this setup to face them. It might be worth it. Who's this? Oh, this is Foy, the division commander. Let's bring him up in here. And yeah, these guns will total this battalion here. That'll be the end of them. We don't even need to engage them anymore. But we have a nice crossfire setup here for when Chase's division comes down this road. Not only will they have to contend with this, they'll have to contend with this. In fact, I do have one more gun battery out here somewhere, don't I? No. No, I've used up all my guns. I have used up all my guns. Well, you know what we can do? I think after we get rid of this battalion with these guns here, we might just pull these skirmishers back to act as a flank guard and cover the cavalry, and we'll move those guns somewhere in here. Maybe get this battalion out of here and put the guns right in here so that we have an artillery crossfire set up in here. For when Chase's division comes down. Beyond that, I like this position right here, just like this. So this unit here is down to 82 men because we split so many skirmishers off. And I don't know. Why don't we just put them out here? Put them in skirmish formation. Just cover the right side of this unit here, who are getting bombed on by some of these guns out here, but they'll take it for a while. They got 575 men. They're just being poked at. Oh, I have a nasty idea about how we can finally get rid of these guys on the wall here. Still nothing going on here. What are these guys doing? Why are you guys maneuvering out here? You should be just sitting still. What are you guys doing? Everybody else moving out here? No. So why are you guys? They are like reforming something here. On the plus side, it has gotten them to pull back some of their guns here. These guys have actually scored a few hits from all the way back here. Interesting. Wow. 84 points, or 84 kills. 128 points for this battery. I must have just picked a lucky spot here. This is a good spot. I like this setup. Indeed. This is nice. And when Chase's division comes down this road, they're going to be set up in a crossfire here. And especially if we take this gun battery, once it's done polishing this battalion off, and stick it in here somewhere, this will be truly deadly. Okay, so I just want to take a cavalry squadron here. Just stick them in here somewhere. And the only reason I really want to do that is if any units approach this position, we can force them into square. So that our skirmishers and our guns will really get the best of them. Doesn't look like they're interested in doing that right now. Okay, so we got 80 men here. Full ammo. Let's just march them up behind these skirmishers here and just see if we could shoot at them from behind here and get them to run off. Or even better. This is let's truly get disgusting here. Put them right on the wall here. We'll let them walk out there. We got plenty of time. No need to rush them. Do we have any more supply wagons back here? Who's this? Oh, this is Pyre. Bring him up with his cavalry here. Another supply wagon. Goody. And we'll just bring them right up over here. And how are you guys recovering? Oh, they're back to full. See, this is why it's worth it to just pull units out of forts when they get crappy and put new ones in. Because now this unit here is is ready to be used again. And these units in here, this one's tired. This one's good. And this one is weary. So, we'll take this unit and just move them out. And we'll take this unit now that they're back to and put them in. Hopefully we're about to get rid of these guys on the wall here anyway, so that it will no longer be an issue. And then we can take the wall. If we can get these guys to run off, we can put these guys on the wall and get rid of these guys. And these guys are okay, so they're at 186 points right now. So we'll have to keep an eye on them. Because we do want to get rid of this battalion so that we can move these guns over here by the time Chase comes down. Waiting for these guys to get on the wall. Alright, now we can double click them. If we can get these guys off the wall, oh goody. Okay, so we're going to let these guys rest. Now, do I have any more supply wagons out here? Oh, yes I do. Okay, let's bring this supply wagon. And we'll just bring it right out over here to resupply these guys. Alright, so we are on the wall and we are shooting these guys in the back. Let's see if we can help get rid of them. That would be great. They can't have any ammo left. There's no way. So, yeah, and now we are on the wall too, so we have that huge defense bonus. Let's just get rid of these guys once and for all. There we go. Oh yeah, they're getting more points. They're getting hits. No problem, boys. Resupply. I am going to shift this unit over a little bit, just because I have one gun that's not quite firing. So I want to shift them over. And shift them over. And this should open up the room for these guns to unlimber. For this gun right here, it's just sitting here. But it should unlimber now. Oh. Limbered. Are you guys going to unlimber? Come on. Find the spot from whence you can shoot. Maybe I'll just move them over a tiny bit. That should get them to unlimber. Target is blocked. Oh no, they're unlimbering now. Okay, good. Alright, so that takes care of all the guns. And how are we doing out here? No hits yet. We're on the wall, they're on the wall. It's going to take a little while, but this should definitely help. And they can't have any ammo left. enough. They just can't. So I think we've advanced pretty much our whole line. Here comes that remaining supply wagon. Plenty of cavalry out here. Okay. And we have 2,000 points just from for Soy's brigade here. Some of that was from combat. Let's take a look at Napoleon and see where we're at. So, all right, we are at 10,737 points. So a tenth of the way there. 3 objectives in hand. I don't know if I'm going to start trying to go for Pap a lot. I mean, this position is pretty secure. I don't know what much more I really need to do out here. Come on, boys. I know it's hard to get hits, but try. We want these guys off the wall once and for all here. You know what? I gotta back these guys up a little bit. Forgot. I need room for supply wagon runs. How are these guys doing again? Oh yeah, they're mollywopping this unit. They're gonna be gone. Just give it a little bit of time. Straight lines, boys, straight lines. This battery has racked up 500 points. Way to go, boys. How about you? 158 here. Hey, we finally got a hit with our skirmishers. See how good a defense bonus this wall is? Like, they've been standing here for it took them 5 minutes to get one hit. That's how good that wall is. That's why I want them off of there so we can take it. Of course, at this point, we'd probably be better off setting off along this side of the wall. Because there's really nothing out here except, well, these guys are out here. We can get rid of them too. Do we not have a supply wagon for this battery? I thought we did. Okay, so these guys are fully re-ammoed, and we are going to let them recover their fatigue, and then we'll swap them out with whoever's most tired in here. These guys are pretty good. These guys are good. And these guys are next. These guys are next. Okay, so why don't we bring the supply wagon over here? And we'll just use this supply wagon for both of these guns here. Both of those batteries. Keep firing, guys. I know it's going to take time. How is Le Haissant doing here? Okay, they're still good. And they're still good. Only taking 20 losses. These guys have taken 100 losses, so they're probably next to get the boot. But we still have plenty of battalions out here. Have you guys gotten anything more? Hey, we got another hit. Good. These guys are doing good. These guys are doing good. Hey, we ran off the forward battalion out here. They pulled back. That's good. How about these guys? They're still sitting out there. And Papillot is probably what we'll kick things off with in the next episode. Only 15 minutes left in this video before I stop it. So we'll just continue to let these guns off. They're doing great. 40 points. In the beginning of the next video, we'll advance these skirmishers, take up position around this house here with some line units in support, drive them out, then do the same thing over here, drive them out, occupy the fort, take the objective, and that will clear the way later on to charge up here and get this objective. We kind of want these guys gone first. In fact, maybe we should take some artillery and just advance them a little bit. Where can I go? That's too far. Alright, that's alright. Just advance them a little bit. Just so they can really focus on this battalion lying down here. Because we want to get rid of them, because this gun battery here is out in front. Aside from these guys, if they're not here, they're out in front. And then we can just take some cavalry and run them down. So let's actually set that up. Here's a cavalry brigade. We'll just bring them right out here. And set them up behind the guns so that they're ready to, once this unit is gone, we'll get rid of them with artillery fire. We can charge forward, take the guns, take anything back here that's not in square, and then move the infantry and artillery up to occupy this objective right here. In the meantime, let's go back to Hougoumont here and see what we got going on over here. These guys are still standing. Where were we at? 39 points before here? 219? Okay. Yeah, so we were at 186 before over here. Now we're at 219. So we're pummeling these guys. They will not be long for the world. Rotate skirmishers. Make everything nice and straight. Yeah, I'm a stickler for neat lines, guys. I always have been. I like everything nice and neat and organized. Still standing here, huh, fellas? You guys are brave. But we have got 3 hits now. These guys, yeah, they're foot guards, Coldstream Regiment, very tough to drive off. Now, they're level 7. They're going to stand there until they're practically dead to the last man. And on top of that, it's hard to get them to the last man because they're standing on a wall with a 90% damage reduction defense bonus. It's pretty tough to beat. Okay, so let's resupply these guys. These guys don't appear to be firing it too much. So we only probably need to do this one run on these guys and then get back over here. Focus these guys down. You can see we're dropping a lot of men. So this is where they've been standing for a while now, and you can see we're just a lot of corpses on the ground. We're getting good hits on these guys. Now, they are recovering their fatigue while they're just standing here resting, but they're taking hits, so that's going to damage their morale, which could stop them, could make them run off. 555 points for this battery. 174 points for this battery. Got plenty of cavalry here. We are taking a few losses. We were at 17 losses on this square before, but they're going to be able to take that for a long time. This square is doing good, and this square has taken about 18 casualties. They're not bad. They're fine. These guys are good. Nothing over here I think is really getting hit. Okay. Come on, boys. Before you run out of ammo. These guys are... See how fast these guys come back? They were basically dead when we brought them out here, and now they're just almost back to full here. A few more minutes, and we can send them back in and pull out the next guy and let him recover his fatigue. Is this cavalry out here? It is. I don't really have a use for them. Durball's division. So where did I bring them? They're right out here. Might as well just bring them all up here, right? And then these guys can stay with Second Corps, with Bachelor's division. In fact, why don't we just take the whole division here? Who's the division commander? That's the brigade commander. That's the brigade commander. Where's the division commander? Is that him? Yeah. Okay. And we'll just bring the whole division out and set them up alongside Bachelor out here. Put them out right here. That should be good. And then we'll take the artillery and put them out front too. There they go. And this is Kellerman. He's the corps commander of all the cavalry. And we'll just put him out here too, so we know where everybody is. Who's this? Oh, this is Ryle, Second Corps commander. So we'll just put him out here with the last division of Second Corps. The supply wagon will follow the division commander. Okay. Kind of wraps up everything out there. Oh, look at this poor cavalry squad. They're just stuck out here getting mangled by these guns. They're getting shot at by this cannon right here, by these guns out here, who are continuing to score points on them. And these guys are now up to 240. They're just, hey, look, as long as these guys want to stand here, we're just going to keep dropping them until there's nothing left of them. And we just want to keep an eye out here, because somewhere in this village here is Chase's division. It's about an 8,000 man division, and we just want to make sure that they come down the normal road that they come down, which is usually down this road. And just make sure that they don't try to come down this road and get on our flank. We, of course, if they do, have plenty of stuff back here to stop them. We can turn the guns, move the cavalry to force them into square, and if we need to, we still have some of Bowden's brigade as well as this brigade out here to turn and face them. So we'll be all right, but we do want to keep an eye out for it. Ugh, these guys have almost dumped their whole ammo supply on this, and only gotten 4 hits here. So hey, such a pain in the butt trying to get these guys off the wall here. And I just want to check on what that one unit was doing that was forming up behind the ridge here. Nope, doesn't look like they did anything except form up in a really bad spot in a really bad facing. Like, all you're doing here is like sitting right in the middle of your gun line, and you forced your couple of your guns to turn around and move back, and you're just kind of sitting in the way here. So yeah, bad space for that. You guys would actually be better off back where you originally were, because now you've kind of stripped your left here, and all you have is a couple of battalions back here. And once these guys are gone, which hopefully this... oh, well, we have taken some losses because of this. But we've inflicted a lot of damage, too. So why not take another gun battery and just kind of help them out a little bit. Oh, come on. Right here's fine. Oh, stop. Alright, we'll position that a little better after they get into position, although that might not be bad. That's literally right there. And like I said, next episode we will start on Papalot. We're 42 points. These guys are doing good. Supply wagon? Yes. Bring them right up to the guns here. Keep them in supply. Okay. Well, we've got 6 hits. You know what? Let's just resupply these guys. Can't believe it took almost a whole round of ammo just to get 6 hits on them. Jesus. So yeah, we're gonna have to resupply these guys because they're about out of ammo here. And they're still got a ways to go to work on these guys. Here comes the cavalry to line up in here. And here comes the rest of this cavalry division. No sign of chase yet, right? We don't see anything coming from Brain Load. I'm terrible with my French pronunciations here. This shouldn't even really be French, should it? We're in Belgium, aren't we? How are skirmishers doing? They really haven't taken any damage at all. They're just standing here guarding these squares. Okay. Okay, we've resupplied these guys. Good. Back you go. Now they have a whole nother round of ammo to dump on these guys. Hopefully we can get rid of them. Boy, are they being stubborn. How are these guys doing? Almost there. Once they're fully back up, we'll send them back into the fort. And these guns, we'll put them right up here. There we go. Shoot at some of this out here, soften it up, get whatever we can. Hey, you guys finally scored one more point. Oh, we're moving around back here again? No, that's just artillery pulling off the line. Good job really planting yourselves right in the middle of your gun line, boys. Okay, these guys are still here. I really want to focus my artillery on taking this line out so that... Okay, so let's turn this a little bit this way. That should be good. Keep firing, boys. Okay, let's do a little gun resupply right here. Guys are up to 45 points. Keep intercepting these stupid courier messages. gun's doing this on its own. This supply wagon is doing a Rob style resupply right here. After it's done doing this, we will move them over and do this gun line here. Actually, no. Actually, no. There's no reason to do that because there should be plenty of first corps supply wagons back here that we can just bring up. Here's one. And do these guys have... Oh, yep, they're unlimbering. Okay, they got stuff to shoot at. Good, good. And we got about 1 minute left here, guys. See the last of our cavalry filing into position. They're going to be back here. And we will call this video a wrap here and pick up with Papalot in the next video. So let's check Napoleon one more time. So we are at 12,734 points. Making progress, but a long way to go. Still a long way to go. 100,000 points. Jesus. How are we going to do this? We're going to have to extract at least 30,000 points from the Prussians. At least. All right, guys, so we're coming down to the wire here. 14:30, so 3 hours into the battle. There we go. Let's pause the game right there. So, all right, guys, that's it for this video. So, we're now 3 hours into the battle. We have taken 3 objectives. La Haissante, oh, sorry, 4. La Haissante, the woods in front of Hougoumont, which was a waypoint objective. Hougoumont itself, we're just finishing off the last of these guys. They're being real stubborn. We do have another skirmisher unit on the wall here, so now we're getting help along with the guys in the fort shooting at them, and as well as the main money objective over here, which is the Allied right objective. We are now in firm possession of that. This is a virtually unassailable position at this point. This would be extremely hard to approach. The problem is if anybody tries to approach this position, the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to move cavalry forward behind these squares to force anything out here into square, and then they're going to get pummeled by the artillery. And the best they can do is charge these skirmishers, you know. That's all they could really do, especially if it's just cavalry. They can charge the skirmishers, they can't charge the squares. And the infantry won't be able to charge because as they approach this position, they're going to get triggered into square, so they can't charge. So only cavalry could really charge, and all they can charge is the skirmishers. So this is what kind of makes these setups pretty much impregnable, is just that it's based more around distance management and formation management than it is formation control, I should say, rather than firepower. You know, they could certainly bring a lot of firepower against us, but it's not going to get them this position. They really can't do anything to get this position because I already have it. I'm already set up in a way that infantry can't approach without being forced into square because I have cavalry here. I have more cavalry back here if I need to move them into position to force enemy units into square. I have plenty of room in here and in here. So, you know, infantry will just be forced into square. Cavalry could take out my skirmishers, but that's all they could do, and they're going to get bombarded with canister as soon as they do it. So, and then we just kick the skirmishers right back out. So, and then we got a nice crossfire set up right here between this line here and this line here. When Chase's division comes down in here, we'll just eat them for breakfast. And we got more cavalry coming down. So, in the next video, guys, we will start off with Papalot here. We've already, pause. We've already softened up Papalot a little bit with some of this artillery here. We got 45 points off of them. They've fallen below the point they need to even hold the objective. And in the beginning of the next video, we'll just move some of these skirmishers forward, you know, to about, probably about in here, about 80 to 100 yards, just surround this whole area, put line units behind them, pretty much just like we did with Hougoumont. Although Papilot is a much smaller garrison, it shouldn't take as long, and there's no wall. There's no defensive wall. So, all right, guys, that's it, and I'll see you guys for part 3 of the Red Bugler Challenge here. Take it easy, fellas.